Hey, what's up, y'all? So, first off, apologize, the lighting's kind of bad in here. But anyway, finally had a chance to do this video that I've been wanting to do. Then asked you guys to ask me some questions about the music industry versus college. And you guys had some good questions. So, Carlton Addy asked, do you think it's harder to memorize lyrics or answers for an exam? I would say it's definitely harder to memorize answers for an exam because technically you're not really memorizing answers, you're memorizing how to do something. So you have to memorize how to do it, the process. And then lyrics is just you have to know the words, so it's easier. So yeah, definitely studying for an exam is more difficult. Eric Martinez, what made you get into music? Yeah, I'm drinking a Diet Mountain Dew. I never drink pop, but my daughter left those over here and it looked good. It's like my little treat. Anyway, Eric Martinez, what made you get into music? That's a good question too. I was always in music as long as I can remember. I did chorus band when I was little. I played the clarinet, taught myself how to play piano. Always wanted to be in choir and chorus. Anything where there was music involved, I always got involved in the music. That's just where I fit. So hip-hop was no different. Okay, Lisa Carpenter asked, how much of your struggle in music was because of being a female? There's two questions. Is your heart in education as much as your music? How much of my struggle in music was because of me being a female? I don't know. That's hard because I got a lot of positive attention from being a female because a lot of the shows I did were mostly guys and they had never seen a girl on stage rapping. That was like so cool. They loved it. And then I started having shows with girls and guys, and they all thought it was so cool. I always felt like just the shit. But I guess like the higher ups, the people that were in charge, like behind the scenes, yeah, they never really let me in the gate. Fans never gave a shit. Fans loved it. But the people in charge, who were mostly men that I came across, never let me in the gate. But they've let a couple other females in the gate, so I don't know if I didn't get let in because I was a female or because I was just me and there was something they didn't like. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Is your heart in education as much as your music? Yes. In a different way, but yes, I am so passionate about school. I love learning. I'm really outgoing in class. I love meeting new people, hearing about people's stories and how they got there. This is a whole new adventure for me. I kind of missed it. I had a kid when I was so young, so I didn't get to have the college experience. So this is something I've always wanted to do, and I'm so excited to finally be doing it. Man, it's just made me really happy. My grades are good, and I'm going to be engineer soon. All right, so John Caleb Smith, he said, what problems will an aspiring artist encounter while trying to market their debut album? What problems will an aspiring artist encounter? Well, money, for sure, while trying to market their debut album. Yeah. Problems you'll come into, people aren't going to be interested because there's a million people that tried to market someone to them already that day. People don't buy music. They don't buy it. You can get it off YouTube. You can get it off Pirate Bay. People steal music. So it's really difficult to sell even for $1. People don't really use CDs that much anymore. So if it's not on the internet, which that's going to be the majority of your sales, and you're really screwed. So yeah, those are some things you would encounter. You'll also encounter a lot of people promising you that they can do like these amazing promotion deals, and like, oh, for $1,500 I'll get you in this magazine, and you'll be on these many radio stations, and you'll be submitted to all the major record labels, and blah, blah. There's a lot of that. Those are all scams. Stay away from that shit. If they're asking you for money, they're not trying to help you, because if they saw you as potential, they wouldn't need money from you, because they're going to think they're going to make money off of you. So if they think they're going to make money off of you, why are they asking you for money? That tells you right there that they're full of shit. So that's something you'll run into. All right. The best thing you can do for marketing is just talk to people on like Facebook and Twitter and all the internet stuff, and in person. Like every person that you buy gas, you tell the cashier like, hey, and don't introduce them like, hey, I'm a rapper. Tell them your real name. Tell them a little bit about you. Like, yeah, I get into music and stuff, and don't come at them like someone trying to sell something, because that's so annoying, and nobody really wants that. They're so sick of it. So just come at them like you're interested to get to know him. Like, okay, that sounded weird. Sorry, I'm on one tonight. Like, be personable. Ask them about themselves. How long have you worked here? That's cool. My name's John Caleb Smith, or whatever. That reminds me of that song, John Jacob Jingerheimer Smith. His name is my name too. Something like that. I'm way off topic. I think I answered your question. All right. And then, all right, as opposed to a signed artist. Oh, there was another part to that question. Well, here's the thing. Signed artists, if they're like on a major label, you can't compare your album sales to a major album sales, because they do signings, like CD releases at record stores, and the record stores that they do them at are called weighted stores. And so like if they sell like one CD, it can count as like 100 or whatever, you pick your number. It's sort of a way of cheating. That's how you see your main artists always on the top of the charts, because the reason the major artists get up there is because they do these weighted signings, and so it inflates their sales. Those aren't real sales. An independent artist, those are their real sales, but they're going to be way, 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 way lower. That does not mean that many people are buying those people's CDs or MP3, whatever, downloads. It just means they probably went to a lot of weighted sign stores. Look at the people that are selling the most CDs or albums or whatever, and see if they do a lot of in-store signings. And you can look those stores up often, and if you're good on the internet, you kind of have to dig, but you can find out which ones are weighted, so you'll know whose sales are real. So that's the difference. If you're on a major label, you can, it'll look like you're selling a whole lot more than you are, but it won't be true numbers. If you're independent, it'll show the true numbers. So really, it's just what makes you look like. It doesn't really change anything. In fact, you get less money. But anyway, okay, next question. Tyler Wheat. What is the best way to get noticed? I don't know. That's different for everybody. The thing that got me noticed was that I was a white girl that could rap, which I was around mostly black people. They never saw that. That got me noticed. So I guess you're not a white girl, and so that's not going to work for you. So I don't know enough about you to tell you how to get noticed, but maybe something really unique about you. Something really unique about you that you don't know anybody else that has this. Show that to people. Show that uniqueness to people. That stuff people will remember. Ryan Sanders. What made you leave music and pursue college? I kind of already explained that. And I'm not really leaving music. I'm just leaving the music business. I still want to do my YouTube and write songs and videos and all that, but I don't care about sales and charts and all that. It got so competitive that it, like Drake said, the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it. It quit being fun. It just quit being fun. It just turned really negative and stressful. And I was like, man, this isn't how I started doing music. This isn't fun. When I started it, we were, a bunch of us in a attic, just freestyling, kicking it, laughing, partying, and it was so much fun. And then it just turned into this stressful, angry thing. And I was like, man, I'm good on that. I want to do something productive. So I just went back to my original passion, which was wanting to go to college. I always wanted to go to college. But I'm not leaving music. Music is part of me. I play the piano. I'm doing something creative with music every day. It's just some of it, I'm not going to sell it anymore. I want it to be free, and a lot of it I do for therapy that I don't really want anybody to hear. So I'm definitely not leaving music, just the business part of it. I need it to be my zen again. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Angelo GSC Da Vinci, he asks, indie or mainstream, and why? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Do you mean indie as in, should you be an indie artist or a mainstream artist, and why? Or are you like asking me if I like indie music or mainstream music, and why? I don't know. If you're an artist, which I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, I would say definitely indie because of reasons I just told you about. It's more real. And that's why. So yeah, and if you're asking me if I like indie or mainstream or why, I like lots of indie. There's some indie I don't like. I like some mainstream, and there's some I don't like. Why? I don't know. I like what speaks to me. If I can relate, I like it. Amanda Liddy, I wrote this really sloppy. What kind of music do you like? Oh, same question. And what interests you the most in college? I like all music, even country, classical, Beethoven, NWA, Outkast, the most hardcore rap you could ever think of, and the most beautiful piece from Mozart, that big of a realm. I mean, I love music. Fascinates me, especially to hear music that I'm not familiar with. I like new music, new styles. And what interests you the most in college? That's easy. Physics. I love chemistry and physics, and I'm about to take physics too. And man, it fascinates me. We're learning about black holes and gravity, force of gravity, and just, man, it really just makes you feel small. I'm like, man, this is a trip. So these classes are tough, but they're so interesting. And anyway, so I really like most of my engineering classes. My degree I'm going for is engineering, mechanical engineering. But she said, what interests you the most in college? I would say probably physics class. Yeah, sometimes I just like looking through the book and looking at the pictures and stuff and reading it for no reason. Okay, next. Tommy Joe Smith. What's economically more worth it, music or real job? I probably paraphrased some of these questions because some of them are really long and I didn't write the whole thing, but I shortened it. But you get the point. Okay, what's economically more worth it, music or a real job? A real job, absolutely. You don't make money off of music. Pennies, fractions of pennies. Most of these people that are doing very well in the music industry, it's probably a cover for something else. They're not making that much money off of shows and album sales. Promise you that. So just read between the lines. Don't be a victim of buying into that whole thing and thinking that, that's your ticket. Because a lot of it's fake. They just put on what they want you to see on the screen. And that goes for indie and major. I'm off track again. Oh, what's economically more worth it? A real job. A real job is a for sure paycheck. A music gig, a music career is a gamble. It's a maybe. And it's a very slim chance, really slim chance that you're going to make it. So a real job, you for sure get a paycheck when you know what that amount's going to be before you start your job. A music gig, you're like, we hope, we'll try, we'll do our best. You're going to be a star. You're going to be huge. You're going to be the biggest thing ever the world has ever seen. And you get all hypnotized and you forget that you were even wanting money in the first damn place. They just, oh, you're amazing. You're amazing. Blah. Next question. Ruben Salazar. Do you think the over-glamorized... Oh, I liked this question. This was when someone knocked on my door and I didn't finish writing. But I think your question... I'm using my phone to record, so I can't get to the Facebook to look at the question. I don't have my computer by me. Okay. But I think you asked something like, do you think the over-glamorized fame or whatever is keeping kids from thinking, you know, that college is the way to go? Something like that. And yeah, I do think that. I was definitely one of them. I chased that pipe dream for a long time. And finally just decided I don't want to keep pretending that this shit is baller when it's not. It's all a joke. And I'm like, I want real money. Fuck fame. You can have it. Fuck fame. I want a retirement fund for my daughter. You know, I want good credit, which I do have finally now after a lot of hard work. I want pay my fucking taxes like a normal motherfucking American. I want to vote. I want to leave my daughter property and land. I want good health insurance. I have a lot of health problems. A lot of you know that. I've been in and out of the hospital. I need good medical insurance. Music can't give me that. I need, you know, I need a 401k. I need to live for the future. I have a kid. I'm not gambling with her future. No fucking way. So, yeah. Anyway, this is your girl Lega-c, aka Danielle McClain, which I usually go by now. I don't really even go by Lega-c anymore, except for you guys, because you're probably like, who the hell is Danielle McClain? But honestly, you can just call me Danielle or Lega-c. I don't care. Well, I'm not going to get to all the questions because there was a lot, but I think we did cover some good topics. So anyway, yeah, peace out. Thumbs up, subscribe, and wish me luck. I start school Monday. Mwah.